New Jersey's going to adopt a $15 an hour minimum wage, but the fight isn't over. After years of advocacy, New Jersey just joined a handful of other states in bold policy, instituting a $15 an hour minimum wage. Once signed into law, the legislation will make New Jersey the fourth state in the country after California, Massachusetts, and New York to mandate a wage floor that high. It's taken years to get this to this place, and we're really proud of the fact that it's almost to the finish line, said Anelia Mejia, Executive Director of New Jersey Working Families Alliance. So in 2013, New Jersey voters approved a measure to raise the minimum wage to $8.25. Advocates eventually began pushing for the fight for 15. Governor Chris Christie vetoed a bill passed in the legislature in 2016, becoming the first governor to veto that bill. But advocates didn't give up, so the group worked with a number of counties and cities in the state to raise the minimum wage for their own government employees to $15 an hour. So the bill sitting on Governor Murphy's desk is a victory, but not a complete one. While most New Jersey workers will be insured a $15 an hour minimum wage by 2024, seasonal workers and those at businesses with 5 or fewer employees won't get that guarantee until 2026. So there's some details in it, but overall, this is a win for living wages. So we're at 4 states now. And we need all 50, obviously. We're at 4. My state of California does have it. And the fight for living wages continues. Now, the one thing people like to point out, which I do think is a valid point, is that this has been going on for a while, and now we're at the point where even $15 an hour isn't enough. And that is true in many cases. I mean, in California, $15 an hour is not enough to afford an apartment on your own. But it is the best living wages movement that we've seen, and that has seen some success. So, it's going to continue, and in many ways, a lot of times when you get decent living wage legislation through, they have to factor in the cost of living index and continue to increase wages. So that is a good thing. The Fight for 15 is a good movement. It's an important movement. It's been the most significant living wage movement. And hopefully New Jersey's just the start. And hopefully we see something federal soon. Usually it only takes a handful of states before something federal happens. It only took about, it only took a handful of states. Well, it was more than a handful, but it wasn't a ton. I think it only took so many states before we got gay marriage. So I'm hoping now we're still, as far as pot goes, states are legalizing it more and more by the day, and we haven't quite seen anything federal quite yet, but hopefully it's only going to take a handful of more states before we get something federal. Or if not, hopefully states keep fighting for it and states keep pushing it through on their own. So kudos to New Jersey. Good to see some good news. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your